What's good, everybody? It is your boy Super Saiyan Kyle back with another Xenoverse 2 video for you guys today. We are here to talk about something regarding Xenoverse 3 and something regarding characters I would love to see in Xenoverse 3. So I hope you put the two somethings together and know what we are talking about in this video here today. Like I said, basically the characters that I would personally love to see in Xenoverse 3 when that game does come out, because just like in Xenoverse 2, I do believe that we will probably get a couple of characters added into the game on base release that were not in the past Xenoverse. I mean, if you think about Xenoverse 1, we didn't have characters like Final Form Cooler. Basically all the movie villain characters for the most part were not in Xenoverse 1, but they were there for Xenoverse 2 at launch. So I'm assuming that they're going to do something similar for Xenoverse 3 when and hopefully that game actually does get announced and actually come out. So we're going to be talking about the first 10 characters that I really thought of and I would really love to see in Xenoverse 3. I may do another one of these in the future, like a part 2 to this or something like that, because there's honestly so many characters I would love to see being added to this, or well, to this series, I guess I should say. I was about to say this game, but to this series in the Xenoverse series, because just like Xenoverse 1, I believe all the characters from that game will transfer over to Xenoverse 3, Xenoverse 1 to 2 was, and then Xenoverse 2 to 3 will be the same. So it'll just be really an addition at that point in time. Now, getting into my first character, actually before we get into the first character, be sure to slap that like button with your left titty nipple.
What the hell?
Again, like I've said in past videos, that left nipple, it has some goddamn power. I don't know what it is, but the algorithm picks up on it for some reason. It was like, oh, that's the left nipple. I love that. Let me promote this a little bit more. It's crazy, I know. But be sure to smack up that like button with your left nipple. Again, it really helps your boy out. Hit that subscription button if you are new and have that notification bell on so you know when your boy is uploading. Now, getting into the actual discussion, starting out with the first character, really the first two characters that I want to talk about, because they're very similar, I guess you could say, and that would be Zeno Goku and Zenovich. Both of these characters I would love to see in Xenoverse 3 at the launch of the game. Why? Because then it really just opens the door to the Dragon Ball Heroes universe, and that's honestly the direction I feel that Xenoverse 3 should be going anyway. I do not think they should come back with the same story that they really had in Xenoverse 1 and 2. Yes, Xenoverse 2 changed up the story a little bit, but for the most part it was kind of the same thing with a lot of the same similar missions and even similar parallel quests. I would love to see them expand in that Dragon Ball Heroes universe, because that would give Xenoverse 3 infinite potential as a game in general, just for the things you could do to characters, all things like that. So I'd love to see Zeno Goku and Zeno Vegeta definitely being added to that game without a doubt. Now, the next character I want to talk about is another Dragon Ball Heroes type of character, and that would be Super Hearts. Super Hearts, honestly, from what I've seen so far, I'm like at episode 11 on Dragon Ball Heroes. I know I'm a little bit behind, but Super Hearts, from what I've seen, is a really dope character, and it would be really dope to see him in an actual video game that we can actually use him in. I believe he is in Dragon Ball Heroes, the one on Switch and PC right now, but at the same time, with a game like that, it's not like you're actually fighting with the man. It's more of a turn-based type of thing, and even that, the strategy I don't feel is as in-depth as most other turn-based games usually are. So again, it's not like you're really actually getting to fight with the man in Dragon Ball Heroes. So definitely would love to see him in an actual fighting type game and be able to use him in Xenoverse 3. That would be very dope in my opinion. Now, moving on to the next character, man. This is one that honestly, the first time I mentioned this, a lot of people were like, what? And then the Tournament of Power came around, and then a lot of people for some reason wanted this character in, even though I said it before, and that is Master Roshi. Master Roshi is a character that is very possible to be put in this game. Now, I know that, people will be like, oh, but about the, he can't fly and all this other stuff. I don't care. You got a damn jetpack on Hercule, and you got this man with that turtle jetpack in Dragon Ball Legends. He be flying out there. If he could fly in Legends, being up in the damn clouds like they are in the battlefield over there, why can't he take flight 10 feet off the ground in Xenoverse? You know? It only makes sense if you can do that in Dragon Ball Legends that you should be able to do it in Xenoverse 3 as well, because again, Roshi would just be absolutely lit to have, and then also it could probably even add in a transformation possibility for the male Earthlings and female Earthlings as well, with that, you know, whole buff form that Roshi actually does have. So there's just adds a lot of possibilities with that character as far as the CACs go. And then I think, again, Roshi is honestly a character that a lot of people did want after the Tournament of Power. He's someone I've wanted since before that, just because it's the lit ass old man, Master Roshi. I love using him in the old Budokai Tenkaichi games when they had that insane roster of like over 100 and some characters. It was just really, really fun. So again, would really love to see Roshi being added into Xenoverse 3 finally. And again, he can fly. Just got to give that man that turtle jetpack and everything will be all good. Now, the next character I would personally really love to see. What the hell was that? Hold on, give me a second. Okay, we back. I don't know what that was. It might have been my dog hitting a wall or something. I think that's what it was, to be honest. But anyways, back to this video. Like I was talking about, we just finished off with Master Roshi, and the next character I would honestly love to see, it comes from that Dragon Ball universe as well. I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. Honestly, Dragon Ball is just really an amazing show, and I would love to see it be remastered and remade similar to how Dragon Ball Z Kai was. But honestly, the next character that I would love to see is Kid Goku. Kid Goku is a character that, again, in the old Budokai Tenkaichi games, I had a ton of fun with this man. And honestly, I didn't even watch Dragon Ball at that point in time when I was a little kid like that. There wasn't, like, it wasn't being shown on Cartoon Network or Toonami or anything at that point in time. It was only Dragon Ball Z. So I had not watched the original Dragon Ball at the time, and I loved him as a character at that point. Now that I've actually seen the original Dragon Ball, I watched it like 6-7 years ago, something like that. Now that I've seen it, I really want that man as a character that much more in a fighting game of today, in a Dragon Ball game of today. Because again, Dragon Ball was just such an amazing show. Honestly, if you have not seen it, highly recommend you going back and watching that. I believe it's on Funimation. If you have a Funimation you know, like pass, I guess, like, you know, if you signed up for Funimation like you are for Crunchyroll, you can watch the whole Dragon Ball series. And again, it's a definite must watch, in my opinion. Very good series and very dope show. So I'd definitely love to see that man Kid Goku come to the game as well, because I feel like it would just bring a different, more of a, I don't know, I guess I have that nostalgia feeling inside me as to really why I want him the most within the game. And then just using that power pole, if they use that power pole like with the mid combo type of thing, that would be absolutely fire in my opinion as well. So that's definitely another character that I would love to see come to Xenoverse 3 when the game actually releases. Now, the next two characters that I'm going to go over, I believe we're at 6 right now. Next two characters I want to talk about are two that have been talked about since Xenoverse 1. And honestly, I'm surprised that they haven't been added at this point in time, since they've literally been talked about since Xenoverse 1. And that is Pycon and Oob. Pycon and Oob are another two that, like, you know, how Zeno, Goku, and Zenovich, we talked about them at the same time. I feel these two sit in the same boat as well, and they can be talked about at the same time, because both of them are characters from the Z series, and obviously Oob a little bit more from the GT series. I mean, more from the GT series. What am I talking about? But both of those characters are some of the fan favorites. Like, a lot of people truly do love Pycon. Now, there are those who actually hate on Pycon, but I'm someone who actually does like him as a character. I think his moves were dope, all those flame ability stuff like that. That would be absolutely fire to see in Xenoverse, not only on Pycon, but on our CACs at the same time. And then Oob was honestly a character that a lot of people, you know, I don't really think many people hated on the man's Oob or Maju. Both of them were very dope in my opinion, and would love to see one of them finally come to the Xenoverse series in Xenoverse 3. So again, those two characters kind of sit in the same boat, because they're characters that people have literally requested since Xenoverse 1. When Xenoverse 1 dropped and they did not see these two, they were like, where's Pycon, where's Oob? Where's Pycon, where's Oob? And it's gone on for 5 years. Where's Pycon, where's Oob? That question has been going on that long. So again, I would definitely love to see those two characters get added into the game with Xenoverse 3 on launch. And the last two characters that I would love to see are kind of they kind of depend on not being added in DLC 10, because I do not think that DLC 10 will actually go this route, and that is Kale and Cauliflower, guys. Kale and Cauliflower are two characters that I do not think DLC 10 will be adding. I truly think that DLC 10 is going to feature Toppo and Dispo. That is my guess. That's my gut feeling at this point in time. Now, is it impossible for them to release Kale and Cauliflower? No, not at all. It is something that is definitely very possible. But again, my gut feeling is not telling me that that's going to happen. I really think it's going to be Toppo and Dispo. So if Toppo and Dispo are the actual DLC 10 characters, characters, then I would love to see Kale and Cauliflower as Xenoverse 3 starter characters, or the other way around. If Kale and Cauliflower were DLC 10 characters, I would love to see Topo and Dispo being added in Xenoverse 3 at the start of the game with the launch of it. Because either way you go, you can't really go wrong. Personally, this DLC, I would prefer to see Topo and Dispo because we already have Kefla in Xenoverse 2. We don't have anything of Topo. We don't have anything of Dispo. Obviously, there's no fusion of them or anything like that. So those are two characters that I would personally love to see more in 2. And then really like to see Kale and Cauliflower be announced with Xenoverse 3 as characters that we will see in the beginning of the game when it actually drops. But those are the first characters, again, that like I said, that came to my mind. I was thinking about this and I wrote them down on the list. This is actually right here in front of me just in case I forgot. But those 10 characters are definitely ones that I would love to see come to this game. Now, of course, like I said, there definitely can be a part 2 to this video just due to the simple fact that, you know, there's a lot more characters still that I would love to see added within Xenoverse 3, especially if they go to Dragon Ball Heroes drop. Just saying, has to be it. That would just add so much, so much depth to this game. Just saying, like, it's so much depth. It would be absolutely amazing, and so many people would love Xenoverse 3 for it. But like I said, man, these are the 10 characters I would personally love to see. Let me know what 10 characters you guys would like to see the most come to Xenoverse 3 on launch. On the launch, similar to how the movie villain heroes were available in Xenoverse 2 on launch and were not available in Xenoverse 1 at all. So let me know those 10 characters again down below in the comments. Always love to see what you guys got to say regarding things like this. But till next time, man, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a good day as always. Peace, y'all.